Were their stepsisters editors? Were their stepsisters editors? Couldn't he leave at night? Couldn't he leave at night? The crime rate dropped. The crime rate dropped. Where can I find canned tuna? Where can I find canned tuna? Can I go to the gym? Can I go to the gym? A fact. A fact. Could it fail sooner? Could it fail sooner? I need a new phone. I need a new phone. He bought a new car last week. He bought a new car last week. He immediately became a forester. He immediately became a forester. Must get up early. Must get up early. I can be a travel agent at sunrise. I can be a travel agent at sunrise. I have great peace. I have great peace. When did you come to school? When did you come to school? Not in control at night? Not in control at night? We can also say good morning. We can also say good morning. His wife is a singer. His wife is a singer. Are they commanding after 4 centuries? Are they commanding after 4 centuries? Can I have a glass of iced tap water? Can I have a glass of iced tap water? I need to write an article. I need to write an article. Was my grandchild a veterinarian? Was my grandchild a veterinarian? They would not receive a monthly salary. They would not receive a monthly salary. He worked in the office until late hours. He worked in the office until late hours. You may not print it at noon. You may not print it at noon. Yes, there is Wi-Fi in our hotel. Yes, there is Wi-Fi in our hotel. Anyone can join the club. Anyone can join the club. He was born in May. He was born in May. Where are you from? Where are you from? Was your father an actor? Was your father an actor? How long have you lived here? How long have you lived here? Don't hesitate to call if you have any concerns. Don't hesitate to call if you have any concerns. I look like my grandfather. I look like my grandfather. You provide service at night. You provide service at night. Our colleague was a chemist. Our colleague was a chemist. He can work as a truck driver for 2 weeks. He can work as a truck driver for 2 weeks. I need to make a mobile. I need to make a mobile. He has written 5 books so far. He has written 5 books so far. Was his uncle a doctor? Was his uncle a doctor? Do you grow old at sunset? Do you grow old at sunset? Shouldn't we remember the sunset? Shouldn't we remember the sunset? He's as angry as a hornet. He's as angry as a hornet. Do I clean the room? Do I clean the room? How do you want to cook? How do you want to cook? Was your daughter a broadcaster? Was your daughter a broadcaster? The room is empty. The room is empty. Have you ever seen a dolphin? Have you ever seen a dolphin? This is important to know. This is important to know. His father was a translator. His father was a translator. Were their cousins dietitians? Were their cousins dietitians? Do you like reading? Do you like reading? He is my classmate. He is my classmate. He always comes to meetings early. He always comes to meetings early. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? She is wearing a red dress. She is wearing a red dress. Education is the key to success. Education is the key to success. We repeat immediately. We repeat immediately. He was painting as a hobby. He was painting as a hobby. His half-brother was a negotiator. His half-brother was a negotiator. Won't he enjoy the sunrise? Won't he enjoy the sunrise? I'm in the curtained room. I'm in the curtained room. I have a lot of insight. I have a lot of insight. Should we change every day? Should we change every day? Will he never pay? Will he never pay? I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. They can form a group together. They can form a group together. I challenge you to a rematch. I challenge you to a rematch. I have to leave early today. I have to leave early today. It's almost 6 p.m. It's almost 6 p.m. His sister was an inventor. His sister was an inventor. Do you get dressed at dawn? Do you get dressed at dawn? The view from the top of the mountain was breathtaking. The view from the top of the mountain was breathtaking. This is my family. This is my family. He has great talent. He has great talent. Isn't it a paramedic every year? Isn't it a paramedic every year? The building is too high to climb. The building is too high to climb. Are you worried right away? Are you worried right away? Are our grandparents boxers? Are our grandparents boxers? Can you explain this again? Can you explain this again? The movie takes place in a small town. The movie takes place in a small town. Are you free this evening? Are you free this evening? He wouldn't comment on the decade. He wouldn't comment on the decade. They are heading towards the shopping center. They are heading towards the shopping center. Do we have a red bag? Do we have a red bag? I will go on a journey. I will go on a journey. Does he listen every day? Does he listen every day? He is very patient with children. He is very patient with children. They will not encourage it. They will not encourage it. We'll buy a new laptop. will buy a new laptop. He should take a break and rest. He should take a break and rest. How's work going? How's work going? He loves cooking Italian food. He loves cooking Italian food. I will go to the store tomorrow. I will go to the store tomorrow. There was no response from our. There was no response from our. Can you appreciate it? Can you appreciate it? You dance often. You dance often. Should he be an actor after 2 weekends? Should he be an actor after 2 weekends? Watching movies is great fun. Watching movies is great fun. Did I make an inquiry 2 days ago? Did I make an inquiry 2 days ago? Should they insist? Should they insist? Do they need to cook earlier? Do they need to cook earlier? We don't know which user came. We don't know which user came. Is our son governor? Is our son governor? I'm excited for the concert tomorrow night. I'm excited for the concert tomorrow night. Baking bread requires patience. Baking bread requires patience. He goes to church on Sundays. He goes to church on Sundays. See you in a second. See you in a second. I saved money to buy a new camera. I saved money to buy a new camera. My friend is an anesthesiologist. My friend is an anesthesiologist. Can I offer you help with this? Can I offer you help with this? You should plan for sunset. You should plan for sunset. You shouldn't make fun of others. You shouldn't make fun of others. We rarely can row. We rarely can row. I usually go to work by bus. I usually go to work by bus. I rarely drink soda. I rarely drink soda. I am confident in my abilities. I am confident in my abilities. He wasn't going to get better. He wasn't going to get better. I shouldn't exceed 3 years. I shouldn't exceed 3 years. They rode bicycles in the park. They rode bicycles in the park. Life in New York is great. Life in New York is great. The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. You can now remove your helmet. You can now remove your helmet. I don't like meat very much. I don't like meat very much. Do you accept credit cards? Do you accept credit cards? They never started. They never started. Couldn't he handle the dawn? Couldn't he handle the dawn? His aunt was a sociologist. His aunt was a sociologist. The coffee smells delicious. The coffee smells delicious. I've been trying to focus more on my health lately. I've been trying to focus more on my health lately. Couldn't you design it? Couldn't you design it? I am very excited. I am very excited. Is my husband a servant? Is my husband a servant? His stepdaughter is a veterinarian. His stepdaughter is a veterinarian. I must not return. I must not return. There's some milk in the jug. There's some milk in the jug. What is the price? What is the price? How to cook ribs. How to cook ribs. Do I work as a locksmith every year? Do I work as a locksmith every year? Was your uncle an artist? Was your uncle an artist? I go for a walk in the park every day. I go for a walk in the park every day. I have to go to the store. I have to go to the store. Will they not be able to join after 4 months? Will they not be able to join after 4 months? Can I go to the computer chair? Can I go to the computer chair? We can still party. We can still party. Your grandchild is a cashier. Your grandchild is a cashier. We go to the gym twice a week. We go to the gym twice a week. Are we supposed to be nearby? Are we supposed to be nearby? Their grandparents are brewers. Their grandparents are brewers. They dance gracefully. They dance gracefully. He is a student at the university. He is a student at the university. I don't notice anything in particular. I don't notice anything in particular. Usually you couldn't kill. Usually you couldn't kill. I love fresh bread. I love fresh bread. You will not dive into the water next year. You will not dive into the water next year. You couldn't connect frequently. You couldn't connect frequently. Can I eat my burger without lettuce? Can I eat my burger without lettuce? You will need to pay your bills. You will need to pay your bills. You go to the mall on Saturdays. You go to the mall on Saturdays. Can't she always do floristry? Can't she always do floristry? They are generally warriors. They are generally warriors. I was so taken with this narrative. I was so taken with this narrative. Might they dislike it right away? Might they dislike it right away? Keep your options open. Keep your options open. You cannot create. You cannot create. This is so scary. This is so scary. I was really unhappy with the service at that restaurant. I was really unhappy with the service at that restaurant. Shouldn't it wait every year? Shouldn't it wait every year? I'm looking. I'm looking. Should they fall normally? Should they fall normally? Can I go to the headphone jack? Can I go to the headphone jack? I will adjust your bed to your preferred position. I will adjust your bed to your preferred position. I was an athlete every month. I was an athlete every month. The movie is based on a true story. The movie is based on a true story. Should we clean up last year? Should we clean up last year? Can't I exercise? Can't I exercise? Maybe you'll meet John. Maybe you'll meet John. No one will miss you. No one will miss you. Play devil's advocate. Play devil's advocate. They set up a meeting for next week. They set up a meeting for next week. Can you play weekly? Can you play weekly? His stepson is the art director. His stepson is the art director. We are closed on weekends. We are closed on weekends. The park passes through the tunnel. The park passes through the tunnel. A jar of raspberry jam. A jar of raspberry jam. Sarah listened to music all day. Sarah listened to music all day. How much does a movie ticket cost? How much does a movie ticket cost? These are popular bestsellers. These are popular bestsellers. What should I do now? What should I do now? Yes, I have a cat. Yes, I have a cat. He will be back in a few days. He will be back in a few days. You weren't nervous. You weren't nervous. The room does not have adequate ventilation. The room does not have adequate ventilation. How was your morning? How was your morning? When do you work? When do you work? After a month they can do carpentry. After a month they can do carpentry. Are my cousins captains? Are my cousins captains? We have a school picnic. We have a school picnic. If the weather is not wet, I will go out. If the weather is not wet, I will go out. Aware of the problem. Aware of the problem. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. They are enjoying the sunset. They are enjoying the sunset. Could you lend me a pen, please? Could you lend me a pen, please? Isn't it renewable? Isn't it renewable? He is interested in learning French. He is interested in learning French. After 4 days, I am not a teacher. After 4 days, I am not a teacher. There is a bicycle in the backyard. There is a bicycle in the backyard. These are warm socks. These are warm socks. Was her half-sister a gymnast? Was her half-sister a gymnast? I can't speak any language. I can't speak any language. I can't find my keys. I can't find my keys. Your mother was a lawyer. Your mother was a lawyer. His stepbrother is an operator. His stepbrother is an operator. We are still working on this issue. We are still working on this issue. Didn't I deny it before? Didn't I deny it before? I do not have much time. I do not have much time. I will think of you today. I will think of you today. It didn't help last year. It didn't help last year. He was the captain of the team. He was the captain of the team. She's a talented actress. She's a talented actress. It was like that for me. It was like that for me. He told a joke to his friends. He told a joke to his friends. Was he always one step ahead? Was he always one step ahead? We're going to the zoo tomorrow. We're going to the zoo tomorrow. Do you want to repeat this? Do you want to repeat this? It was nothing. It was nothing. Didn't they object? Didn't they object? They ran a 5-kilometer race last weekend. They ran a 5-kilometer race last weekend. He is very talented at writing. He is very talented at writing. Can I have a glass of water, please? Can I have a glass of water, please? The train arrives at 8 o'clock. The train arrives at 8 o'clock. What is house wine? What is house wine? He works hard. He works hard. You will be there on time. You will be there on time. How about eating out tonight? How about eating out tonight? Was his stepbrother the sous chef? Was his stepbrother the sous chef? Was their cousin the second man? Was their cousin the second man? Do you eat apples? Do you eat apples? It could be modeled 3 hours ago. It could be modeled 3 hours ago. I wish I could play guitar. I wish I could play guitar. I am painting oranges. I am painting oranges. The letter was written in English. The letter was written in English. Was his stepfather a researcher? Was his stepfather a researcher? My family is carriers. My family is carriers. His father is an assistant cook. His father is an assistant cook. I need to check in for my flight. I need to check in for my flight. I had some chocolate for dessert. I had some chocolate for dessert. It's such a thought-provoking story. It's such a thought-provoking story. You're out of control. You're out of control. Will they warn? Will they warn? Can repair the broken chair. Can repair the broken chair. I want a sandwich for lunch. I want a sandwich for lunch. I am allergic to peanuts. I am allergic to peanuts. My wife is a carpenter. My wife is a carpenter. You should not talk during the movie. You should not talk during the movie. He reads newspaper every day. He reads newspaper every day. Do you have to learn English? Do you have to learn English? My goal is to go to school. My goal is to go to school. Can I refill my orange juice? Can I refill my orange juice? I'm here if you need help. I'm here if you need help. Do you work on my team? Do you work on my team? I would change it. I would change it. Did we place an order a weekend ago? Did we place an order a weekend ago? Weaken your foundations. Weaken your foundations. Shouldn't he love the sunrise? Shouldn't he love the sunrise? Which language do you think? Which language do you think? Can't they protect it normally? Can't they protect it normally? Where do you go when you get sick? Where do you go when you get sick? He teaches in a classroom. He teaches in a classroom. I like Mexican food. I like Mexican food. I tend to listen to music that makes me feel happy and cheerful. I tend to listen to music that makes me feel happy and cheerful. I'm looking forward to the party. I'm looking forward to the party. His aunt is an analyst. His aunt is an analyst. I write an email to my boss. I write an email to my boss. I would like to make a reservation for 4 people. I would like to make a reservation for 4 people. You couldn't focus. You couldn't focus. Added last year? Added last year? She often cooked. She often cooked. Can we share the account please? Can we share the account please? Does anyone have any suggestions? Does anyone have any suggestions? We couldn't publish it. We couldn't publish it. You did not bathe at sunset. You did not bathe at sunset. I'm sorry I do not know English. I'm sorry I do not know English. Should you confess? Should you confess? I was angry at my husband. I was angry at my husband. Then they will be in shape. Then they will be in shape. They met in the park for a picnic. They met in the park for a picnic. Actual head count per rating. Actual head count per rating. I like art museums. I like art museums. I need to fill out some paperwork. I need to fill out some paperwork. I'll have the lobster bisque, please. I'll have the lobster bisque, please. This is my pet peeve. This is my pet peeve. Your cousins were oncologists. Your cousins were oncologists. You are a true confidant. You are a true confidant. You are my best friend. You are my best friend. Balance is important. Balance is important. What's in your hand? What's in your hand? I won't find out until 4 months later. I won't find out until 4 months later. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure. I'm going to the museum. I'm going to the museum. I have an advice for you. I have an advice for you. Should it usually change? Should it usually change?